Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mola speaking. In today's video I want to talk about the new website that we just discovered for the tax ID generation, right? We're going to be looking at this particular website and I'll be walking you through all the different functionalities on the website, what you can use the website to do. Before now, what the new law tries to do is to implement one of the major functionalities of the just one tax ID for everybody, right? And I've made several videos in the past trying to educate you guys on the kind of what the tax ID is and what are the different fragments or what are the different definitions you can give to the tax ID. And I've said consistently that the tax ID is like the mother, while you have different type of stuffs that can be under the tax ID, and that includes the RC number for a business, NIN for an individual, tax TIN number, right? Tax identification number for businesses or even for individual, depending on the one you have, just like JTB and FRS TIN. So those also are different tax ID that you have. And I've also made an emphasis that tax ID is not an ID card that you print out and then present somewhere as a means of identification. No, tax ID is just a way of synchronizing all the different things that symbolizes your tax IDs or your TIN numbers, whatever the case is, right? So in this particular video, I'm going to walk you through the new website that is called the taxid.frs.gov.ng. Now, this new website is very important in order to help with the implementation, right? And this is sponsored by the Joint Revenue Board, that is JRB, and the NRS, Nigerian Revenue Services. So don't forget that these two bodies were implemented or were launched out through the tax Nigerian Tax Act, the NTA, right? I've been reading this for a while now, so that you will not have to stress yourself. So if you have any question, you can send us a DM or drop it in the comment section. I'll be able to attend to those questions. So in this particular video, let's go through the website and see what are the functionalities that what are the things you can do on this website, and what are the functionalities that this website brings to us, and what are the different things that we think they can do better with this website. So the first thing you are going to be coming into when you come to this website is that you are going to be coming to the home page, and you will see that you can carry out a registered TIN number for a registered organization, an individual, non-resident, and you can also validate your tax ID, right? So all you need to do is to be able to register your TIN tax ID now is to either put in your national identification number or your NIN auto share code. Now, I know everyone should have an NIN, and then you put the NIN number, whatever the case is. Once you put the NIN number there, then it will ask you to retrieve the tax ID connected to it, right? So what is tax identification number? So the tax ID is a unique number jointly issued by the Nigerian Revenue Service and the Joint Revenue Board in accordance with Nigerian tax law for the purpose of identifying individuals and entities for tax administration, compliance, and enforcement under the Nigerian Tax Administration Framework. The tax ID is not created in isolation. So I've mentioned that already. The tax ID is not an a means of identification separately on its own. There are some things that makes up the tax ID, right? So who can request for a tax ID? So we have individuals. You can request for a tax ID, whether you are earning an income. So if you are not earning an income, so if you have somebody that's about 60 years old and not doing anything, and you're not sending money to them, they don't have to bother about this. So provided they are not engaging in any taxable activities, they don't need any tax ID. But if you are, you need tax ID. So for companies and businesses entities registered with the CAC organization, trustees, and partnership conducting regulated or taxable operations, those also need tax ID, right? Then also we have non-residents with tax obligation or economic presence in Nigeria. So if you have non-resident bodies that carry out businesses or that have economic presence in Nigeria, they also need the tax ID for themselves, right? So what other things can you get in this website? So you come to the to this part. So we've seen definition of tax ID, how it works, and different services available. So the tax ID verification can be done on this website. Verification here, NIN verification here as well. So I think those are the major things on this website. Then let's go back to the home page and let's see other things that you can do on this website. So let's quickly proceed on how you can get your tax ID on its own, right? So the first thing you need to do is click on the NIN option, put in your NIN number here, and then click on retrieve tax ID. So let me quickly do that in this video. So my tax ID has been, my NIN has been imputed. So all I need to do is click on retrieve tax ID. You need to fill in your first name, fill in your last name, fill in your date of birth, and then you need to accept and declare that that the data submitted should be used for identity verification purpose only. Once you tick that, then you click on submit option. So once everything is properly filled, you click on submit button. So immediately you click on submit button, it brings up your name, hello Ezekiel, your NIN has been successfully verified and matches a tax ID in our system. So this is the tax ID that was matched in the system. So you just copy the tax ID and you keep it as your tax ID. So that is just a simple way on how to generate your tax ID. Don't forget that once you were carrying out your registration, your NIN was automatically linked with your TIN numbers, your personal JTB TIN that you created initially. So now that JTB TIN now has been incorporated and linked with a particular tax ID number. So that tax ID number is what you will be presenting when you are asked to present your tax ID. So this is the simple way and the fastest way to get your tax ID. Meanwhile, this does not replace your JTB TIN. This does not replace your NIN. This does not replace your registration code from CAC, your RC number, your BN number, your IT number for income trustee. It doesn't replace it. This is just a means of unifying all those different entities. So imagine for a business has the RC number, a business also have the JTBT number, a business also have the FRST number, right? So imagine a business having 3 different identities. So what can we use to unify these 3 different identities? It is through the tax ID. So this number that has been generated here that I'm trying to cover for you now is the number that unifies all these different entities that we have before. Now I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So I hope you've gotten the point we are trying to make, right? So the tax ID you have generated is not replacing your JTB TIN individual, your JTB TIN non-individual, your FRS TIN for your business, your RC number on your CAC certificate, your BN number on your CAC certificate, your IT number on your CAC certificate. It's not replacing any of that. It's just a way of, connecting those stuffs together to help you, be able to have a unified number that unifies all these different entities together. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So let's say during this process you run into an issue and you need a customer support, right? So they have been able to help us to provide a customer support. All you need to do is click on your help and support down here, and you can call this number. We don't know if it will go through. Call the number and see if it will go through, or you send an email to their help desk, nrs.gov.ng. So you can even try this website and see if it will go through, nrs.gov.ng, right? That's another website I think that will be very important for us to work on from next year, right? So I hope this video has actually helped you. If it has, do well to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you click on the notification bell, because I'll be making several videos that will help you understand every nitty-gritty of this new development. You don't want to miss any of my videos, right? See you in the next one. My name is Ezekiel. Thank you and God bless you.